Looking good for
Mm-hmm.
Facebook and Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. We'll give them a second to pile in.
Why you play with your monkey?
Hmm?
Why you play with your monkey?
Yeah. I'm excited. I've actually never read this book, so I'm excited to hear this one. So let me know when we get to 10:30.
Okay.
We are just waiting for everyone to get settled in. 10:30 we'll start. Can you hear me pretty well?
Mm-hmm. It's 10:30.
All right. Good morning. Welcome to Story Time at Reed's. I am not Jack Reed Jr. I'm actually his nephew. I'm Bennett Mize. I work here with Jack as his chief pledge. So glad to be here with you. Glad to be sharing this morning with you. It's a little rainy outside, so we've got some books to talk about it. I don't know if anyone of y'all heard any of the storms last night, but I did, and they were pretty rumbly. I saw some lightning, heard some thunder, so that was pretty exciting. So we've got a book about rain. We've got our friends here. We have Ginger, who has her mask on. We have Maddie, and we have a few more. And I'm going to go ahead, and since it's just the animals here, just me, I'm going to go ahead and take my mask off. So now you can probably hear me and see me a little bit better. So make sure you wear your mask when you go out in public. All right, well, good morning. We'll go ahead and get started. This morning we'll start with Let It Rain, which is a great book that I think is pretty popular around here. We've sold quite a few of these books, especially when it's been raining. We'll go ahead and get underway. Let It Rain. Let it rain. It's spring. Singing birds, budding trees, frogs and tulips, honeybees. Can you see that, Meg?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Digging, tilling, seeds to sow, planting carrots all in a row. I don't know if y'all can see that in detail, but those are plants that they're putting in the ground. Going to grow them into big, looks like sunflowers and beans and carrots, tomatoes, all healthy vegetables. But then heavy downpours, just like last night. Rivers flood, our flower garden turns to mud. All that rain got in the dirt and it's turning into mud. It looks like they're watching it from inside their house where it's nice and dry. Let it rain. Rainbows, green grass, picnic, swinging in the sun. So it looks like they're having fun despite the rain. Lambs and bunnies, puppy licks, newborn kittens, and little chicks. So it's springtime. Spring is fun. There's a lot of color, a lot of plants start to bloom, and you see a lot of new life and exciting things out there on the farm. Building, painting way up high, our little house in the sky. Does anybody know what that is? It's a house that goes in a tree, and it's called a tree house. So it looks like they're building a tree house. But then, black flies, spiders, little ants crawl inside our farmer pants. The bugs came. That also comes with spring. You got all these little crawly things that come out of, well, who knows where they go during the winter, but they come out during spring. Some of them are great. Some of them are just annoying. Let it rain. Riding, gliding, cupcake treat, twirling, dancing, bebop beat. So it looks like they're listening to music over here. Bicycles. Bicycles are a lot of fun when the weather's nice. But soon, steamy classroom, blazing heat, wearing sandals on our feet. Does that look familiar to any of y'all? Looks like they're bored at school. And everyone now doesn't have to be bored at school. They get to be at home. Hooray, hooray! Last day of school. Heading to the swimming pool. Swimming is also something you get to do as soon as it gets warm outside. So spring is just full of fun and excitement, color, swimming pools, great things. Summer is coming, let it shine. All right, let it rain. So that's in celebration of the rain we got last night, which is good because that helps all of the plants grow. So next on the list, we are going to talk about Maddie's Twirly Whirly Tail. This is a favorite of a lot of folks, and I've actually never read it, so this will be the first time. And I hope y'all join me with it. It looks like a good one. It's a very long tale, so I'd like to know what that's all about. So this is Maddie's Twirly Whirly Tail by Wendy Ravenhill and Lizzie Walkley. All right, let's get started. When Maddie was small, you just couldn't fail to spot his uniquely curly tail. So here's Maddie right here. She's got that curly tail. It looks like we even have a larger Maddie over there. I don't know if you can see the even bigger one. Right here. So we've got Ginger and we got Maddie. And by the way, we need to start naming some more of these. We have a cow right here. I'm not sure. Have we named the cow yet, Meg? No? No. We have some bulldogs. I'd like to propose a name for this one. It's Bully, but we'll have to see that. But why don't we do this? Why don't comment and tell me what you think this cow's name needs to be. Let me pick him up. Or pick her up. So see if you can come up with some good names. Well, let's get back to Maddie. Oops, she fell over. Let's get going here, Maddie. All right. Curly tail. Maddie grew older and he couldn't abide it and did all he could to try and hide it. Trying to hide that little tail. Seems like an unusual tail. Most of these animals have tails. So it must have been really unusual. Maddie was so anxious to make his tail straight, he'd spend hours with it tied to a weight. Tied to a log, just so he can straighten out the tail. All right. Or hung upside down from the branch of a tree until Mom said, "Maddie, it's time for tea." And you see, Maddie's hanging upside down on her tail. So it looks like a really strong tail. It can pull a log and it can hang upside down from a tree. That's pretty strong. Maddie always worried when meeting new folks that they'd laugh or stare or make unkind jokes. But his tail stayed curly, whatever he'd try. It made Maddie become so incredibly shy. Do we know what shy is? That's when you don't really want to be around too many people and you just want to be alone because you're scared to go out. But you need to have confidence. And it looks like poor Maddie doesn't have much confidence right now in himself. So we need to see what we can do about that. We would try to forget by helping the ants, teaching the parrots and toucans to dance. So it looks like Maddie's got some fun talents here, some fun skills. Cuddling the lizard who lived on the rock and weaving a basket for old Mr. Croc. Y'all see the crocodile down here? I don't know about y'all, but I would like to stay away from crocodiles. Lizards are okay. See, they're much smaller. Maddie was generous, kind, and friendly, and his friends all loved him oh so immensely. But his tail was so curly they began to feel bad that it was making him so incredibly sad. But all his friends are starting to care about Maddie, noticing it's making him sad, worried about his own tail. They try to hand him a banana. Because look, bananas are good. I love bananas. Let's see. So one day his friends hatched a sweet little plot to show Maddie that his tail didn't matter a jot. Francis the fruit bat sent Maddie a letter. Come to the big tree, the sooner the better. So they're all gathering up to see if they can make Maddie put a smile on her face. When Maddie arrived, his friends were all there. They turned their backs and put their tails in the air. They nodded them all, twisty and curly, twizzled and swizzled and twirly and whirly. Some tough words there, but look at that. They all have tails. Looks like they're trying to make it look like Maddie's tail, which is a curly tail. I don't know if y'all, does that look like the tail? Yeah, it looks a lot like Maddie's tail. Good job, Maddie. All right. Taller or shorter, thinner or fatter, how you look on the outside just doesn't matter. Tails straight or curly, wear them with pride. What's really important is who you are inside. So the whole time, Maddie just needed to be happy with himself. That was a good book. I enjoyed that. Thanks for sharing the first time to read that book with me. So we'll put Maddie over here with her little book. And before I forget, parents out there, if you come in this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and run out of books to read, we have, if you mention my name, Bennett, or Storytime from this past Friday, if you're just tuning in on a Saturday or Sunday, you'll get 10% off your books for children's books. So please use that to your advantage. It's a limited offer. So, all right, this next one. So it's springtime. We know it's springtime outside. And we talked about there's a lot of color outside. There's a lot of fun, exciting things, flowers, all kind of things. So this is another book about springtime. So Little Blue Truck's Springtime. And it's a flip book, so these are always fun. Little Blue Truck's Springtime. And it looks like there's a few books like this for Little Blue Truck. My father has a little yellow truck, which I grew up with. So this will be fun. Trucks are a lot of fun. Let's see. Little Blue Truck. Little Blue Truck is on the road taking a drive with good friend Toad. It's a yoo-hoo, sky blue, spring sing day. Who do they see all along the way? So there's good friend Toad in the blue truck. Looks like they're cruising along, and look at all that color. Springtime. We like springtime. All right, yoo-hoo sheep, beep, beep, what's new? So he sees the sheep honking his horn at him. Let's see what's new. Ooh, a little white lamb and a twin lamb too. You see those little lambs that were just born? Little baby lambs. That's sweet. So that's what's new. All right, let's see where Blue Truck goes next. Who's out swimming in a line? So it looks like we got two Toads now on top of Blue Truck. So he's making even more friends as we go along. So who's out swimming in a line? Yoo-hoo! Duck and ducklings, 9. 9 of them. Can you count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how fast can y'all count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 little ducklings. Yoo-hoo, goat! What do you say? Can the kids come out to play? We got even more Toads on this Blue Truck. So they're yelling at the goat over here. It looks like 2 little goats. They actually call those kids. So let's see. So he wants the goat to come out to play. Let's go over here. Yoo-hoo, cow, just munching on corn. Just chewing on some corn over there. Aw. Yoo-hoo, little calf, just born. So you see the little calf right here? That's sweet. Little baby cow. All right. Mama pig. Who's in your pen? Look at all these Toads that are in this truck now. There's a lot of them. Just cruising along through the farm, yelling at Mama Pig over here. Let's see who's in the pen. Ready? Whoa, yoo-hoo, piglets. 1 to 10. So there's 10 little piglets in here. That's fun. So we don't have any pigs in here yet. We may need to look into that. I love pigs. I relate to pigs. Ears in clover? That looks funny. hippity hop, yoo-hoo bunny. So not only do we have toads in this truck now, we have big blue bird on top. So it looks like they're yelling over here. Looks like that's the bunny, if you can see right there. All right, let's open it up and find out. Woo! Bunny sister, bunny brother, and another, and another. Look at all those bunnies. Got two up here, one there, one's eating a carrot. You see all those bunnies? We have a lot of bunnies in the Tupelo area. You got to keep your eyes open. You can see them. What's this nestled in the grass? Check it out before we pass. Tap, tap. Anybody home? Who's inside the smooth round dome? So they got all the toads and its friends in the blue truck, and they're looking over here. It looks like the smooth round dome. I bet they're referring to that. Do y'all know what that is? It looks like it could be an egg. 1, 2, 3. Crickety crack, everybody shout. Yoo-hoo, chick, come on out. There was a chick cracking out of that little egg. A lot of animals being born on this farm. Yoo-hoo, sun, yoo-hoo, sky, yoo-hoo, white clouds sailing by, birds that sing, frogs that leap, yoo-hoo, spring, beep, beep, beep. We got all the animals that you just saw, and they're just following around the blue truck. Looks like they're on the farm. We got a pair of birds up here with some more unhatched eggs over there. This is an exciting one. I love going to the farm. Farms are great. You got goats and pigs and chickens and cows and a whole lot that I'm forgetting about. All right, let's move to the next one. That was fun. All right, this is exciting. This is one that was recommended to us by Margaret, who reads sometimes. You might recall her name. It says, I Ain't Gonna Paint No More. By Karen Beaumont. Painting his own face. I don't know if y'all have ever done that. That's fun. You gotta be careful. Let's see. This one looks very colorful. It's a very colorful book. A lot of spring colors here. Alright. One day, Mama caught me painting pictures on the floor, and the ceiling, and the walls, and the curtains in the door. And I heard my mama holler like I never did before. You ain't gonna paint no more. Look at all that paint. It's all over the bathtub. They got their dog in the paint. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. Putting the paint away in the closet. Sitting up here with his dog, best friend probably. I have a little dog, and she is my best friend, that's for sure. That's what I say, but there ain't no way that I ain't gonna paint no more. Getting the paint back out from the closet. Like the dog's helping him out. So I take some red and I paint my head. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Oh, what the heck. Gonna paint my neck. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still, I just can't rest till I paint my, you'll see his neck, painted triangles and circles on it. Now I'm gonna paint my chest. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Guess there ain't no harm if I paint my arm. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. So he painted ants on his arm. But I just can't stand not to paint my hand. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Then I see some black, so I paint my back. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Like an Easter egg, gonna paint my, I don't know what this one's gonna be. Leg. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still, I ain't complete till I paint my, so he's painted his face, his neck, his back, his leg, his hand. So he's still not complete to paint my feet. Look at that guy. He is completely covered in paint. And it looks like his dog is too. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. No more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I'm such a nut. Gonna paint my what? This may be a PG rated book over here. So it looks like they're giggling over here, and the mom looks like they caught up to him. So he may be getting in trouble. Let's see. Y'all don't faint, because there ain't no paint. So I ain't gonna paint no more. They're in the bathtub now. And it looks like that's it. So they got cleaned up at the end. That's good. This is for my beautiful daughters, Nicklin and Christina, who color my world with love. I have a little daughter myself, and I know she loves colors. So hopefully she can learn some of these books when she's old enough. She's still just a little bitty baby. All right, well, speaking of that, we have a lot of painting supplies that we have down here. So if you do want to paint, and you are going to paint some more, we have easels. We got a lot of things. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring you back to the bookshop. So we got an easel you can get. You don't have to do it, Nick. I can come to the camera. We got some paint. We got drop cloth, so you don't get paint all over the place like this little guy did. So we got a lot of paint that you can get right here in the bookstore. Makes for a fun weekend. Painting is fun because you can paint anything that comes to your mind. So that's a lot of fun. And I just heard, just a second ago, I heard a train. And y'all know that we have trains in Tupelo? We have big, huge trains that just come straight through Tupelo, right down the middle. So we are very appreciative and we love trains here in Tupelo. So I got a book about a train. This is called Steam Train, Dream Train. So I remember when I was a little boy, my brother and I used to always look and watch the trains when we were stopped across town or things, and always look for a caboose. That right there is a caboose. Sometimes I think we saw one. But cabooses are fun because they're the very last car on the train. So you're always looking, waiting for it to pass by. There's the last car. And sometimes we count all the cars. Sometimes you can get over 100. Let's see, Steam Train, Dream Train. So I've got just a few more minutes here, Meg. Let's get started. Steam Train, Dream Train. So look how long that train is. That looks more like the trains that come through Tupelo. Through the darkness, clickety-clack, coming closer down the track. Hold your breath so you can hear huffing, chuffing, drawing near. So y'all, do you know what that is? That is a rabbit. Trains usually go through the countryside before they get to our town and after they leave our town. There's a lot of rabbits out there, a lot of animals that we saw in the last book. So trains see a whole lot of nature. Let's see. The whistle blares out in the night, a mighty engine, wondrous sight. See that whistle? It is screaming. I don't know if y'all can whistle, but I know that I might be able to do a train whistle. Does that sound like it? Sound like maybe what that sounds like? Let's keep going. The smokestack puffs, the big wheels grind, the trusty tender's close behind. Cling, clang, the bell rings out on top. Hissing steam, brakes squeal, then stop. These trains have these big brakes on them, and when they turn them on, you can hear them. So they squeal really loud. The driver signals to the crew. Each worker knows just what to do. Quick, before it gets too late, start to load up all the freight. Everything will soon be stowed, a train car matched to every load. So look at all these animals here. I think that's a dinosaur. And we have an elephant, giraffe, just like Ginger over here. See Ginger? She sees herself. It might be related. Let's see, we've got a penguin, some monkeys, kangaroo. All right. Let's see what else is in this train. The crew slides back, boxcar doors. and tumbles in to start their chores. They whirl, they twirl, cartwheel, jump, but cargo's stowed without a bump. So it looks like they're putting everything in the train car. Look at this monkey over here. Let's see what he's doing. Things that rock and roll and spin, all are juggled safely in. I've never been able to juggle. Maybe some of your parents can show you how to juggle. Let's see. The freight is loaded as they play. They work and bounce the night away. Look at these bunnies. They're bouncing their way into the train car. Building blocks, erector sets, bikes and kites, and model jets. The boxcar made to safely haul almost anything at all. So do y'all recognize these animals? Oh, yeah, we're just talking about rabbits or bunnies. This is a camel right here. It has a camel's hump on it. So I bet they're pretty good at loading things up. It looks like a strong animal. Big animal. Let's see. The hopper's top is open wide, so cargo can be poured inside. The crew hops to it, one and all. They get to work and have a ball. Then with a bounce, a pounce, a leap, 3 boys jump in and fall asleep. Look at those 3, just fell right to sleep after all the work's done. Tankers lined up in a row are getting filled with paints to go. Purple, yellow, green, and blue. A color convoy coming through. Look at all these. So that must be a lot where we get our paint from, on those trains that are going through Tupelo. Look at that. We get purple, yellow, green. Looks like blue is up ahead over there. The reefer car is snug and cold. Its chilly box can safely hold frozen treats for every stop, like a rolling ice cream shop. So some of your parents may be giggling right now, but a reefer car is actually short for a refrigerated car. I had to look that one up. So that's why they have ice cream, it looks like, that's going into the car. Did a little homework, read this book before, and that one stuck out to me. The train car's packed. The crew sits back and chills out with a midnight snack. Look at them in the refrigerator car. Looks like it's really cold in there. So who's in there? Looks like a polar bear. Do y'all ever know much about the top and the bottom of the world? We have polar bears that live up there where it's really cold. I don't know what's that right there. Meg, what is that?
Penguin.
It's a penguin. Meg's pretty good at animal stuff. Sometimes I have to refer to her. 10 hard workers lend a hand to fill the gondolas with sand. Gondolas. Sand for castles, moats, and more. Sand for tunnels, sands galore. So it looks like you can build a big sand castle out of all this. Look at all that. Stacked up on the auto rack, 6 race cars for a private track. Rainbow colors, flames and stripes, shiny engines, chromy pipes. The auto rack will gently keep these fast cars all fast asleep. Those are like really fast cars. Now, y'all have any fast toy cars? I bet they look a lot like these. Big engines on them. That's exciting. Let's see. What else is on this train? The well cars carry giant beast munching on enormous feast. Brachiosaurus likes the view, while T-Rex gets a bone to chew. Look how big these dinosaurs are. They're almost bigger than the train. It looks like they're taller than the tree. They gave that one a tree to eat as a snack. Must be a really big animal. The flatbed cars are rolling beds. The weary crew can rest their heads and settle in and tuck in night. Their work is finished for tonight. All the crew that did all the loading up. You got the big elephant. We saw these little guys that were helping load things up. Kangaroos, more kangaroos. They're all going to sleep because all the work is done. The red caboose is last in line. From the lookout, all is fine. Remember, we talked about that. That's the last car in the whole train, and it's called the caboose. The freight and crew are tucked away. The next stop is another day. A hiss, a jolt, a shift and sway. Now the journey's underway. The train's departing car by car. The headlight fades into the stars. Puffing, chuffing, out of sight. there's the caboose. It looks like the front of the train is all the way over here, and it comes all the way back and ends right here. Steam train, dream train. Good night. So all along, this was this little boy who's asleep in his little train set right here. My brother and I had a little train set when we grew up. There was a lot of fun. We can make them almost as long as the real trains in life that you see all around Tupelo. So it looks like we've just ended. So let's see. Thank y'all for coming in and tuning in and let me read to you. This is my first time. I hope I did well. I surely enjoyed spending it with y'all, and I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. And thank you for letting us share this time with you. Have a good weekend. Thank you.